What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? You are about to get highly educated with the Cannabis Closet podcast with CannaQueen. That's me. And MJ. That's her over there. This is an adult content show with no limitations on subject, language, or actions. Opinions, views, and expressions may or may not be, excuse me, that of the hosts, their guests, or their subsidiaries. Please note that we are not medical physicians. We are not attorneys, and any information that is shared on our show is solely based on our personal research and knowledge. Thanks for rolling up and showing up, and we hope you enjoy the show. What's up, everybody? What's up? What's up?
What up?
Sometimes we have attorneys and physicians on, but not all the time. And a lot of us just do a lot of real mad research.
Yeah, I mean, not to say that we're not professionals. We are just not, licensed or certified in medicine or law.
Yeah, exactly that. Hey, how's your day been?
It's been good. It went by really quickly.
So fast.
Time, just getting things done.
So fast. We were on a meeting, and then I was like, "Oh my God, it's 1:00."
Yeah, I feel like even if I do get up at 6:00, because I know myself, I know I'm gonna dick around for an hour or two.
Definitely.
Doing random things that are not, on the agenda.
I try to put those random things on the agenda so that I make time for them, but it doesn't always work.
It doesn't. And got some things done on the computer though. Of course, took care of Lady and her needs and and then and mine. I mean, I showered today, so
I did not eat again today, but I did shower and I did work out.
I did eat, not healthy, but I ate.
I just had some fruit snacks, so here it is. So I just got back from a little short trip, and I just want to apologize to Kansas City, Missouri. I was in town this weekend, but I didn't really do anything. I stayed in mostly. But it was warm before I got there. And then when I got there, it was a whole weekend of fucking freezing. And then the day I left, it was in the high 50s when I was leaving.
Yeah.
At like 10 a.m. And I was like, fuck you, Kansas City.
Yeah, I feel like that's how kind of weather has been for travel and shit lately.
I think it's been like that across the board for sure. For sure.
Where it's like, okay, definitely. I mean, I might as well just stay in the mountains where it's snowing and be all right.
We do have Missouri in the house today though.
Yes, that's
we love Missouri.
I mean, we do.
So our guest is from St. Louis, has been on the show before. Super interesting cat. I love talking to him, and I'm excited to catch up. It's Randy from The Main Ingredient is coming on today. We're going to do a little bit of our banter stuff before we bring him in, but we're super stoked to hear about anything new that's happening. I've been saying I think honestly, since I've met Randy, I've been saying, hey Jen, thank you. We'll talk about it later. The travels were safe. But since I've met Randy, which was several years ago, I've been saying that I want to give this a try. And when I'm back in the loo, I know he can mail them to me, but I'm just so lazy. So first of all, we can just start there with like, I have 3 referrals for doctors. All I have to do is pick up the phone and call and make an appointment. That's all I have to do. That's it. Have I done that? No. One of them called me today and was like, do you want to make an appointment? And I was like, I mean, I need to. My doctor said I'm 45 and I should get this checked.
I mean, I have a recall notice like that for my car for like airbag shit. And I called like one time and they're like, got me through like 3/4 of the process to set up an appointment. And they're like, oh, sorry, we can't do that. You're gonna have to call. And I'm like, keep on sending me those notices.
Yeah, you keep sending those.
I did it.
I did what you asked me to do. Right. Exactly.
Yeah. So now I just need to schedule for something down in Denver. I was trying to get something up here, like either Glenwood or Dillon. It's just not; they're just too small. So it's like,
well,
whatever.
I'm getting one of those regular adult screenings. I'm not afraid to tell y'all that I just made an appointment for a colonoscopy.
Yay.
It's very important. We don't want to do it, but it's super important because this is one of the, first of all, it's one of, if you ever got colon cancer, it's quick once you get it, but it's preventable if they catch it early. So like this is it. Like, go get it checked. Go get it checked. They give you something. I don't know. I have to go to the pharmacy and pick up some shit. They sedate you during the process, from what I hear. So at least semi-sedated, you know.
Yeah.
So go get your cancer screenings done. Go get your breast exams. Go get your prostate exams. Go get your colonoscopies. That's very important to find those types of cancers early so that you can live through them, because if you find them late, your chances are very slim. It's very fast. And we love y'all. So make your adult appointments and drink your water.
Be an adult. Hydrate.
Hydrate. You're just a houseplant. Okay. So feed yourself. Hydrate. I know that was super hypocritical of me. Men, it's okay. Oh my God. Men, it's not gay to get a colonoscopy, nor is it gay to wipe your ass, by the way. What are you doing on TikTok right now? Just gentlemen, please.
Right. Where did this idea come? I mean, where did that idea ever come from? That I don't understand it. Like,
does that mean that I did not know we were going to get on this conversation, but does that mean that when you masturbate that you're gay? Because you're touching your own dick. I don't get, okay. PSA, y'all, you can touch your own body and not be whatever it is you're afraid of being. And also, if you are gay, so what?
And other people, yeah.
Congratulations on this new adventure in your life. If you clean your asshole and realize suddenly that you're gay, then, and also, wait, side, this, like, let's back up, because touching your asshole, gentlemen, does also not mean that you're gay. Having somebody else touch your asshole does not mean that you're gay either. Gentlemen, I don't know if you're into it, and this is why we read the trigger warning at the beginning, but your pleasures, your G-spot is in your butthole.
Yeah. I mean, and I mean, I've definitely had dudes man up and be like, yep, I like it.
Put your finger in my ass, right?
Do it. And I'm like, whoa.
Kanye.
Yeah.
I just heard that.
So
there's nothing wrong with it.
Hygiene. Keep yourself clean.
Be clean so that you can get the most out of your interactions physically with your partner, because
anything that you would think that someone else is gross if someone else were not to do it, apply it to yourself, because you are also the same. You know, like, don't think that, like, anything that you think is, you know, like, apply it to yourself and know that you should be doing the same thing that you're judging someone else for.
Right. But touching your own body, not gay. As a matter of fact, it is a
you
level
should
of
touch
hygiene.
yourself.
I'm gonna need you to man up. And
you should touch yourself.
Listen, you guys know that I'm pretty much, like, I would say I would call myself agnostic or atheist. I would say I have a more spiritual idea of life. But for those of you who believe that God is our creator, why would he put your G-spot in your asshole if you weren't meant to stick things in there? I'm asking for my friends. I'm just asking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. This is a rhetorical, not rhetorical.
It's a rhetorical-ish question.
You can hit us up and you know, let us know how you feel about
yeah. Tell us in the comments.
CannabisCloset420@gmail.com.
Please stop talking about assholes on the show. I do have a point.
Know.
I have a very good point.
You never know what you're gonna get.
There's a reason why your pleasure spot is in your butthole, and it's because it's meant to be touched. Also, it could be just like a hidden treasure. So only that's why only a few of you have ever experienced it, because you're afraid to go hunting for treasure. But you should definitely look for it. Go look for your treasure. And also if you're into women, look for their treasure too, because I'm tired of men not being able to hit that spot. You know what?
And it's not where you think it is. So just if you think that you
It's
think
not
you
where
know
you think it is. We hit it in a very specific spot. It's actually right in front of your fucking face. You just have to open your fucking eyes. Right? We hit it out in the open. Where's the peanut butter? It's sitting right on the counter, bro. It's right there.
Has to be eye level. It has to be eye level.
Jesus. I have this thing written on why is CannaQueen mad today about the meta business page on Facebook. Oh, that thing pisses me off so bad. I like a good treasure hunt. Yeah, I like it when people go hunting for treasure. I ain't gonna lie. People that I want consensually.
It can be really
just
fun. Yeah. If you are ready to go on that adventure together, it can be
go on it.
Amazing.
But what really pisses me off is men that don't wipe their ass. No, I'm just kidding. I'm a little bit. I'm not really kidding. I am serious. But the thing I had on the why am I mad today is because I had to deal with that meta shit and I couldn't find messages that it said I had and blah 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 blah. But then I don't
understand why it operates differently than
I don't get it. It just takes you to a whole different page. It's I don't like it. But then I got on TikTok today for my bi-weekly live that I do before the show. And this is what makes me mad. It's not, and it's also, I just want to preface this by I'm going to tell you what happened and what they said, but it's not what they said that pissed me off. It's the courtesy, the conduct, the way we socialize with people that pissed me off. So I guess this is a life lesson too. And maybe it's because I'm older and then I just like understand this differently because I lived in the real world, but I lived in a world before computers, while computers were coming up and as computers have continued to evolve. I lived in all of that.
Before there was color television.
I've lived in all of that. Okay. I'm an old person. And so I say goodbye before I get off the phone. You ever be on the phone call and then just be gone? Nobody's on the line with you. Can you say goodbye? I mean, I know that the conversation came to an end, but say goodbye, or I'll talk to you later or whatever. But okay, so I'm on TikTok today and this man, of course, comes into my TikTok live and the first question, have you had a hard life? Okay. Well, first of all, that's off-putting. Just what did you just say to me? Like, if anybody asked me that, even if you asked me that tomorrow, like, if you had a hard day today, like, if you looked me in my face and said, have you had a hard day? I would be like, what the fuck's on my face?
Is it meant to trigger that reaction?
Right.
Exactly.
It's meant
to draw that. And
yes.
So
that they can act like the victim too, which is a whole nother another piece to this. But the thing that made me mad was not mad. I don't want to call it mad. It just like irritated me was, and I called him out on it. And then of course the argument ensued, was that like, would you walk into a room full of strangers that you might recognize because you've seen a picture of them, but you've never actually met? Would you walk into a room full of strangers and ask them a question like that? Just right off the bat, without saying hello, without having like a conversation about stuff like, oh man, it sounds like you've had a rough life. Like maybe we're in that. Right. Maybe we're in a conversation like that. But that's not the first
questions.
But you walk into this room full of strangers and instead of engaging on any level with anybody or making any connections, the first thing you say to them is hey, or not even hey, have you had a hard life? And I was like, yeah, bitch, have you? Like, what? Who hasn't? If you've made it to my age and you haven't had some turmoil, then I don't bless.
Yeah, right.
Bless.
Have you written a book and a
Like, tell us
self-help
how to
and
do it.
you know, how did you
Please.
accomplish this? Yeah.
Right. So I get questions like that a lot. I'm a little bit androgynous. I have a masculine side. So I get a lot of, are you a man? What are your pronouns? How do you identify? Like, hello, how are you? Listen to my content. Are we talking about what's
Right.
in my pants right now? Because if we're not talking about what's in my pants right now, I don't think that that's an appropriate question.
Right. It's not like you're the conversation you're having or the things that you're saying while you're live are alluding to that's the type of conversation that you want to jump into.
Right.
You know, like
Right.
time and place, and you know, and again, respect. Like if you truly want to know, if you truly have, you know, like
If you
want
like,
to,
if you
you know,
really
like
want to have that, right.
know about you, then there are nice ways to ask. Like, I find you intriguing the way you look. Can I ask you some questions?
Yeah,
You
just
know,
be
like
polite about it, but you
something,
don't just
you
come off the
know,
cuff like that.
yeah.
And so I actually had a comment like that too. And I'm thinking, I wonder if it was from the same person because I'm trying to see the profile. But anyways, they're not important. But I had a comment like that too on a video I made where a man was like, do y'all literally talk shit about us to each other? And I was like, oh, every fucking day. Like I was on the way home from a trip yesterday, and I was first thing on the phone with you, just being like, let me tell you the good, the bad, and the ugly of this weekend, right?
Yeah.
And so I was like, yeah, every day, anytime I get a chance, right? And then this person finds themselves in my comment section, like, I think he was asking the ladies. And I was like, ooh, sick burn. I've never been called a man before. Ouch. And then I go,
and
I'm more
why
of
are you trying to offend me?
but
One, like
also don't
thinking
be
you
mad.
can.
Right. Don't be mad. I'm more of a man than you. Number one. No, don't be mad about that. If you think you're insulting my femininity, you're not, because I have a whole vagina, like a whole one. So I like it's there. It's not going nowhere. And then also here's my question, men. And I know that the men in our audience, generally speaking, are not the type of men who would, in their current brain, insult women like this. But maybe you have in the past or whatever. Why do you both simultaneously think that you are the greatest creature ever created by the creator of these things, and also think that you can insult people by calling them what you are? Like, if men are the greatest thing ever created, why would I be offended if you think I am one?
Right.
That sounds like a fucking compliment to me.
Right. If you're so offended that you know, are you offended that you know, like, I don't, yeah.
Why are you mad?
Why
You
are you
mad?
mad?
And then they want to be ugly and say shit like, you know, these nuts, and like, you wouldn't offer denied. Okay. Application rejected. It's going into the perpetual recycle bin. It's never coming back. Like, you couldn't get close enough to put your nuts anywhere near me.
I guess that's why, you know, moderators are important when you're really just trying to, you know, have, you know, the discussion or you know, the chat you want to without having to acknowledge those people, because that's what they want, right? They want the
Right.
acknowledgement, you know, they want you to get angry or get ugly or whatever.
He said that too. He was like, you're
when,
getting mad.
you
And I was
know,
like, I'm just schooling you right now. Like, my best friend was in the comment section at the time. And I was like, you've literally never seen me angry. And so, like, you don't know me. He's like, I know you. I've seen videos. Yeah, you know my internet me. You literally have no idea who I am. No
yeah,
offense to
internet,
anybody
you know,
here,
anyone,
but most of
yeah.
y'all have no idea who the fuck I am. Like, most of y'all have never met me in real life, don't know what I'm like on a daily basis. This woman right here has seen me mad. She's seen me fucking ferocious. She's seen me like, eyes are bloodshot and voice is hoarse, like ears are bright red. She's seen it. Like, anyways, so That's what it is. It's just like I think the point of all of it is, I think that the way, and I know that the way that we communicate with each other is a product of our continued evolution of technology and the way that we are forced into communication, especially with things like viruses that are keeping us locked in our houses and etc. So I think that has a lot to do with it, that people just, but you would never, like, when I think about live chat rooms or live comment sections or anything, any creator stuff, first of all, they took a minute to put themselves out there. That takes a lot of courage. Number two, would you walk into a room full of real people, walk up to my face and say that to my face?
Right.
Because if you would not, then I would say, don't say it to somebody on the internet.
And don't. Yeah, it's not appropriate. And again, like
if I ask you who the fuck you think you are, trust that if I was standing in front of you and we were having a conversation that required me to say that, I would say, who the fuck do you think you are right now? Who the fuck are you talking to? But generally speaking, I wouldn't just walk into a room and walk up to a stranger and go, who the fuck do you think you are? Like, I would never do that. Yeah. And because it's rude and it's just not. So go outside and meet real people. Stop. Yeah.
And this is also probably why I don't, I hesitate to jump onto the lives and stuff like that, because
I
won't moderate, I won't look at I won't even read. I'll read your comments, but I'm not even going to acknowledge them, because I'm going to,
you're probably the best person for the job. Honestly, I probably should not acknowledge them at all. Because
everyone's a keyboard warrior,
yes.
So big and ballsy, like when they're, when they can be digital or hide behind an avatar or whatever the fuck you do.
Randy just said in our chat that it's a lack of home training, and it is. It's a lack of like discipline at home, and like the way we learn things as children is by action. So if your parent is just on the computer all day or on their phone all day, and there's no like face-to-face interaction, that's how you're going to have to learn to communicate with your parent. You have to learn to communicate with your parent that way. That's how you learn to communicate with the rest of the world. And so, it's so funny because our parents left us home alone with our new babysitter, the TV, for hours at a time. We all had little keys around our necks. It was like a little cult. But also, if we walked into a room full of people and blurted out something asinine, what would your parents say? Go in that other room.
Get your ass out of here.
There are adults talking in here. That literally fix the situation and get the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so, anyways, I think we need. If I were to bring anything from the past, it would be that courtesy and that discipline that we have. And I don't mean in a like a whitewashed way where we're just nice all the time. I don't want you to be nice all the time, but also like say fucking hello, get to know me. Let's be in a conversation. And then, if you want to know more about something, then say it. I do this all the time because I'm going to make this quick because we're going to need to move on to our next segment. But I'm a chaser of information. I just want to know everything about everybody. So if I'm sitting in front of you, I'm literally making eye contact with you. I'm really trying to absorb what you're saying about yourself. I'm trying to really get to know what you're saying. Exactly. Shut up. The grown folks are talking. And so that's how I like connect with people and interact with people. And so I might want to feel like I have questions, but I'm also like reading the room and reading the body language and stuff, because your communication isn't just what you're saying. It's how you look when you say it, what your body language is doing, what your guts are doing.
Which you don't get that when you're live,
when you're on the internet
and you're reading comments, and
exactly.
Like those people that are coming at you aren't, you're not connecting with them, and they, whatever their intentions are, to try and get you to connect with them or acknowledge them, I think is also like, again, this whole digital age that we have where, before it was you had to talk to people or not, or,
Right.
like, or you had pen pals. I mean, that's you wrote letters.
Really, we wrote letters to strangers, y'all. We wrote letters to complete
to
strangers.
I mean, the
They had
concept
them in our
still
little
exists.
magazines where you could like meet
pick people to write letters to. Just,
yeah.
I mean, and it still exists. The pen pal kind of program still exists in
Really?
ways.
We should get
I
a
think
pen
so.
pal. We
In
should
another country, yeah. Like
we should get a pen pal and we should read their letters on the air when we get them.
Anyone want to be our pen pal in another
I
country?
want a pen pal. That sounds like it. Maybe we can get a prison pen pal. That also still exists.
Yes, it does. They're in a positive way, in the sense of connecting.
Yeah.
Like the connection there.
If you guys haven't listened to Ear Hustle, I haven't listened to all of it, but it's a really good podcast. And it started. I don't know if they still go into the prison or not, but it started as a podcast that was done inside of the prison with a prisoner as one of the co-hosts. He has since been released, and the podcast has continued. As far as I know, I haven't listened to it in a while, but definitely a really good podcast to listen to. A really good perspective on people. These are still people. Some of them are very bad people, and some of them are wrongly convicted people, and some of them are very good people that made mistakes. And it's really that podcast is really interesting. But also, just on that note, and before we move on, speaking of prisoners, once they've been released and done their time, they need to get their voting rights back. So if that's on the ballot for you at any point in time in the near future, make sure you vote yes to that, because absolutely they should. Honestly, I don't think voting rights should be taken away from prisoners, because they still live in the state, in the prison. Okay, so the things that you vote on could affect the policies that affect them inside of the prison, and they should be able to vote on that. Honestly, you guys know I'm a super progressive. I
Which
believe,
is exactly why they don't allow.
Yeah, no, because they don't want them to be like that. Warden is a piece of shit, right? So, voter rights are super important. Yeah. So we should give them to people, at least at very minimum, people who have been released. But honestly, I don't think that those rights should be taken away. I think that they should at least be able to have a say or a voice in what's going on within their prison walls, as far as policy is concerned outside of the prison walls. So they should be able to vote on that kind of stuff. I do want to bring our guests in, but we do have I want to do also the Black History Corner, but let's bring Randy in, because I don't want to have him sitting here all by himself in the green room. I want him to be a part of the conversation. What's up?
How you guys doing?
How are you? It's been a while.
Yeah, I know, right? We've all been busy. I've been watching you ladies grow with the salsa. Yeah.
Yay.
Congratulations.
So I see you have a patch on your head. We're going to talk about that while you're here. But I do want to get to the next segment of our show, which is our Black History segment. Black history is American history and world history, by the way. So first of all, I just want to highlight the beauty that is. Let me just show y'all. Did I put this in here? Oh, I don't know if I put it in here. Oh no, I didn't put it in here. Oh well,
you just
I'll
put
have
the
to.
note. You didn't put the link.
I made a note, but I didn't put the link. Let me tell you something. Method Man is 51.
51.
And Erica Bando is 52. Y'all, what?
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful, talented people. Listen, Method Man, if you hear this, I would love to meet you. And we'll talk about the rest. Okay. He's so beautiful. But anyways, hey, do you know, MJ, if I played the video about the books in schools being banned? Did I play that the other day? Does anybody in the comment section know?
You did not play anything about book banning.
Okay, so this is happening in Florida, and also this video is going to highlight queer black female creator on TikTok. So go follow her. Her name is Chris the Author. I've played her before. So if you've heard this already, you know, it's good to hear it again, because it's absolutely mind-blowing what they're doing out in Florida, and it's going to affect your children's futures. Okay, so here we go.
Apparently, this beautiful state of Florida is being run by white nationalists. And this becomes even more clear if we take a look at some of the books that have been banned from schools in Duval County, Florida, a majority white county, by the way. First, we have Before She Was Harriet, a book detailing the life and accomplishments of Harriet Tubman through poetry. Because children must be protected from Harriet Tubman. I mean, she's like Bloody Mary for racist white people. They think if they say her name 3 times, she gonna come and get us reparations. Next, we have Dumpling Soup, a story about an Asian family making cultural food. What are children being protected from here? Thank you, Jackie Robinson. Uncle Jed's Barbershop. Fry bread. They done stole this whole country from Native Americans, and kids can't even read about them. This just proves what I already knew to be true. For a lot of people, let kids be kids means let kids be ignorant. Let them grow up being socially and politically unaware. One of the biggest threats against oppression is education. This is why throughout time and now, minority groups have to fight for access to it. They say they're banning things like critical race theory because they don't want little white kids to feel guilty or to hate themselves or their country. Still prioritizing white kids above all others, but what else is new? But in all actuality, they're just scared that if you catch those little white kids before they're blinded by their privilege as adults and you teach them that racism is embedded in the foundation of this country, then they are more likely to grow up and use that white privilege to change that.
Okay.
First of all, I absolutely love her as a creator. Mm-hmm. She's got the most amazing clapbacks.
Yeah.
Chris with a Y, so CHRYS, the author, is her name on TikTok. I love highlighting her, but I cannot believe, I mean, I can believe, because y'all keep hiring DeSantis, who is also probably going to be running for president. Like, he cannot run this country.
No.
He cannot run this country. It will take us
backwards.
All the way back. Backwards.
I mean, and that's a small list of books that are being banned based on content because it doesn't align with the white.
Well, it's just agenda. Like there was a lot of right talking points about critical race theory and it made it sound, and like I was even like, why, first of all, these things need to be taught in schools. I'm gonna touch on that in a second, but I was under the impression that they were talking like literally about kids in history classes learning about our actual past. People who learn about critical race theory are like college level. So they're making it sound like it's a grade school level thing and to get your kids. And first of all, but second of all, like as far as education is concerned, I want to say that it's white kids get to learn about racism. Isn't that a privilege?
Or not? That's the thing. And
young,
like, or they, young, or
but
not.
But you get to
cover it up. Or,
it's a thing that you get to learn. It's not a thing that you have to experience.
Right.
And that's what I mean by that. You get to learn about this, right, while other humans do not get to learn about this. They have to experience it, and they don't get to wait until they're out of grade school or high school. They don't get to wait to learn about this or become enlightened, okay, about what life is really like when they're full grown adults. No. I will tell you guys, I spent a majority of my life extremely naive and covertly racist. Unknowingly, like I didn't know that this thing that I said was like a racist comment. I would never be hating that, and not in a hateful way. Like I've never been a hateful person ever. Like I don't hate you because of that. So that's why I thought I was never racist. But in reality, as I get to be an adult, I learned that things that I said or things that I did or ways that I acted were actually really like lined with the racism that I was taught as a girl, a white girl growing up in the South, in America, by the way.
Right.
So when we say, oh, I don't want us separated by race, and I don't want my kids learning about this, and this is a way for people to hate white people, shut up. Shut all the way up, and please shut all the way up in the shortest month of the fucking year. Okay? Because I cannot even.
Yeah, and I think just even to the wanting to silence cultural representation of like the several books that they mentioned as well for Native Americans and Asian view, like, oh, you don't have culture, you don't have these things that you want to recognize, like we're not going to allow those books because we don't want to confuse
dumplings
someone.
Dumplings, y'all.
But yeah, like eat them, but you're gonna yeah.
That's the other thing. Get out of here. You won't let your kid read a book about dumplings, but you gonna order from the sushi bar down the street once a week.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. I can't stand it. And step one, acknowledge, white people, that you were raised with an idea of racism in your head. When I was younger, I hung out with everybody. I had white friends, I had black friends, I had Asian friends. Because I was a military brat. So we were all over the place, and everybody I looked at was different than me, right? But also, my parents are from the South. And my family is from the South. And in high school, I was in the South. And I remember having, like, not saying, but having ideas in my head. And like, we had 3 channels and they all played the same shit. And it was all what? Black on black crime, thugs in the hood, drug problem, right? It was all of that. So I ate that shit for breakfast, lunch, and dinner because that's what my parents watched on the TV that had 3 channels. So if you're white in America, you have to acknowledge that first. And then you have to shut the fuck up and listen to other people's lived experiences. And the real fact is that white children get to learn about racism. And black children have to experience it. And now we can't even learn about fucking baseball players and dumplings in Florida. So keep voting them in, y'all. Let's just head on back to 1955. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. The whole open carry, Colorado is an open carry state, but at the same time, like, there's an education and a mindset in regard to, and respect in regard to, like hunting guns and, and that, and why, like the West, whatever, open carry reasons. I feel like in Florida, that's a scary thought. Like, it's already an issue there as far as, like, I don't know.
We say that, but we do have a lot of mass shootings in Colorado. Yeah. Like a lot. And also we're not going to get into a gun show, but because we could definitely talk all day about it, but just in reference to, like, I am super progressive. I'm for human rights. I want everybody to be able to, have the same similar interactions with police. I want us to be able to walk around here and be treated like human beings. And I want us to be able to have a roof over our head and be able to make a livable wage and all of that hippie shit that you hear about. It's not hippie shit. It's like literal. is literal community shit. Like we should.
Everyone
If America
should
has a
want
culture, it's a
good-
culture of individuality, and our individuality is going to get us killed, basically. But where was I going with this? Shit. I was on this tangent and then I went off this tangent. Oh, guns. But people say that firearm reform doesn't work. Because then they use examples like, look, Chicago has really strict gun laws, but they still have lots of blah, 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 blah. Okay. Well, they also live next to states who do not have really strict gun laws.
Right.
So you can't be like strict on firearms. Is it? Oh my gosh. No. Okay.
It's just
your
me.
screen just went black. Okay. I was like, this is our technical difficulty.
No, it's 5 o'clock though. It happened last time at 5 o'clock. I wonder what.
Weird.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
So if one state has lax gun laws and one state has heavy gun laws, well, people are just going to go to the other state. And think about it in terms of cannabis, everybody. If you live in a non-legal state or have very strict or very expensive cannabis, and your neighbor has availability of cannabis to all adults, and it's not super strict and it's less expensive, well, what are you going to do? You're going to go get it over there and then you're going to bring it back here. So same.
Still applies. Yeah.
Same. I wanted to play one more video just because it was fun, and I wanted to end this segment on a more fun note. But I think this is this is, I want to say, the real D. Thomas for real on TikTok. If you can get a glimpse of that screen name, it's on the thing too. So we're gonna play this, and then you can figure out your screen while we're doing that, because you're still black screen right now. So, but I can hear you, but I can't see you.
Interesting. Okay, I'm gonna have to go out and come back.
Okay.
In need of drastic black advancement, black enhances, black with chances, black with privilege, black with pride, black on purpose, on the black hand side, black and beautiful, black and blessed and highly favored, praise the Lord, black and blessed, black and so much more, black and nothing less, black and educated, black is brilliance. Black is strong, black is resilience, black is song, black is infinite, like hip-hop or space, black is grace, black is love, black makes babies, black babies grow up, black is tough, black is hard to do. Black is me, black is you, black is not something we get to choose, but it is something we get to cherish. It's something we get to wear, and we get to rock this with honor. I'm black like my granddaddy and my great-great-great-great-grandma.
I love that video. I love it so much. Thank you for indulging me and letting me play those. So go follow those creators as well if you're on TikTok. That was Chris the author and the real D. Thomas for real on TikTok. Randy.
Hello.
Randy.
Welcome. Are we medicating right now?
Waffle.
Every time. Yeah.
Is it a stroop waffle or is it like a cookie?
Oh, it's a cookie.
It's
a cookie.
Okay.
And it's gluten free.
Oh,
Yeah.
Nice. So you're doing some gluten-free stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Well, for those who have not seen you on the show before, go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hello, everyone. I'm the Cookie Monster. No, I do not own the rights to that name. No, I'm Randy Wilford. Main ingredient came out of our kitchen. We started out originally trying to help my wife go through less pain and medication. She started out with 17 medications on a triple diagnosis of lupus, rheumatoid arthritis, and fibromyalgia.
Oof.
Since then, we have knocked down to 3 medications, and
Wow.
right now we are using the phototherapy patches regularly for the last month and 18 days on my wife. We've seen a lot of reductions in things, swelling, aches and pains, snoring. Not that she was a heavy snorer, but you know how you get some nights you just get that deep sleep and it just hits you
Boy,
when you roll over.
yes, I do. I've woken myself up on numerous occasions.
Well, she's doing less of that. And it's starting to surprise me, even though I know about the patches and everything, but
Yeah.
everything is starting to look up. So Main Ingredient is a natural health company. We started out cooking with cannabis. Of course, that's how we met our lovely host.
Yes.
But we don't just delve into cannabis. We delve into a healthy quality of life with as few introductions into the body as possible.
Okay. So I want to start with the cannabis part. So you started making edibles for your wife.
Yes, 2015.
What type of things were you guys cooking up in the kitchen and like you had to go through some trial and error, right?
Oh my goodness. So the very first thing we made was a stick of butter. And after all my little researches and everything, I found out how much a stick of butter could hold as far as THC. And so I went a little bit further because I wanted to be able to microdose and make it last.
Yeah.
So we started out with a single stick of butter. I made her fall asleep in her plate. We practiced potency after that. And then that's when the recipe book decided to open up for us. If you can put it in your body or on your body, I can find a way to infuse it.
Nice.
Okay.
And then so that was helping for her. And I met you guys when I came to St. Louis. You had a booth, you had all kinds of goodies there. So you still have edibles. And do you use what type of what are you using as far as ingredients in cannabis? Are you using hemp? Are you using other medicinal cannabis? Yes. All of it.
Yeah. So like I say, Main Ingredient. Everyone always says, "Oh, I know what the main ingredient." My favorite thing to say is, "Tell me." And the first thing they run to is the plant.
Right.
Well, no, it's not, and you're wrong. And I don't want to bash you because of you being wrong, but you're wrong. You are the main ingredient.
I love that.
Yeah.
Table full of everything. Like you say, you've been to the booth, you've seen everything. Table full of everything, and it'll just sit there and rot away and hit expiration dates if you never show up and tell me what's wrong with you, right?
Right.
So you're the main ingredient. We try what works, and we're like, first of all, never been to medical school. I am not a doctor. I do not claim any medical theories. I am not going to heal you. We are going to help you have a better quality of life.
Symptom relief.
Yes.
There you go. So with that out of the way, boom. With the cannabis cooking, it started out as far as pain relief and swelling.
Mm-hmm.
And that worked really, and when I say really well, it works so well that I have a recipe for a pain cream that I've been making since probably summer of 2015.
We've talked about it.
Yeah, and I have no reason to change it except to add a particular ingredient to it to make it an antiseptic as well as a pain cream.
Right.
So now you're dealing with wound care as well as knee pain or swelling.
Right.
So yeah, multi-use.
Nice. Yeah.
I love that. Yeah.
Rather than a biofreeze or an antibacterial spray or like the chemicals that are in those products. Yeah.
And so like tomorrow is the anniversary for my mother passing. It'll be a year. Her favorite for the pain cream was to deal with her neuropathy. Now, I've had patients that come and have used my pain cream and said it didn't help. It didn't give them much relief. But I've watched my mother in her level of neuropathy rub her foot down with this pain cream, jump up on one foot and hop around the room telling me how great this product is. And I'm begging her to stop because I don't want to have to come back over because you threatened me to cut this foot off and leave the porch for me. So that was kind of scary for me. But to see how fast it works, we watched my wife, her wrist and knees go down with swelling in our face, like literally watch it shrink down, and not as fast, but watch a few minutes of TV and go back to check it and notice that the swelling has diminished. So that part was great, but the growth of the business really comes with the growing knowledge of finding different ways to treat the body.
Yeah.
Right. And for those that maybe the pain cream wasn't so effective for them, they needed something else in addition too. We need it's not always just one cure all. When we talk about holistic health, and so maybe there's something that you could also be ingesting that's going to open up that effect, or
I feel like you a little bit have to believe in it too. Like I feel there's that extra piece.
So the both of you, and on my screen, you're like here and here. So it's like a wonderful thing because I'm getting it in both ears and I'm hearing both aspects of it. Yes, you're right. Sometimes there are things that you have to add to it. But what a lot of people don't realize is sometimes there are things you need to take away that you're leaning on. I don't remember the guy's name, but he was getting a cocktail injection for his neuropathy, and he tried the patches, and he said he got a faint whiff of relief, and then he didn't get anything anymore. And he tried a full pack of the patches, 3 and 4 patches per day at a time, 24 hours at a time. And he was like, it's not working. I'm drinking the water like you said, and it's not working. And
hydrate, everybody.
Definitely hydrate. Definitely. Quick interlude to that. If your lips are just the slightest bit chapped, that is your telltale sign that you need to hydrate. You don't need the lip gloss popping. That should be an additive, an accessory of some sort. The natural glow of your beautiful lips should come from the hydration of our body. So thank you for that one. But adding or subtracting something so that the endocannabinoid system can receive the full benefit of itself, because you don't know what you're using to block it. And a lot of people are just now finding out about the black pepper helping to open up the receptors for that system. So that plays.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah, that, and a lot of people didn't know. They were just chugging turmeric back, but didn't know that turmeric plays the same game with black pepper as THC or the cannabis does. You need the black pepper to open up the receptors for that particular element to give you a full blast. But if you're not taking the right amounts, whatever.
I did not think about when you said that, these things that you're doing could be blocking your receptors from even working. I never even, because I think about it as a concept, but I never even really, when you say it out loud, of course, if you're on a bunch of medications and cannabis doesn't seem like it's working for you, it could be that one or more of your medications is blocking the receptors. That means it's, or you could have an endocannabinoid deficiency, which we kind of have discussed in the past. But either way, you need to open those receptors up, or coax your body into creating the receptors that you need. And you're right, black pepper can help do that, and can help assist cannabinoids and terpenes into where they need to go. So it's an assist. It's an assist, and it's caryophyllene is the terpene that you can find in black pepper that is affecting these things, for those of you who wanted to know that.
And a lot of people make that mistake of thinking that they're smoking the cannabis for the cannabis. Actually, you're there for the terpenes. I mean, the THC is a wonderful thing, but you're there for the terpene cocktail and tell no lies about it. Nobody, if you've ever bought a bag and not stuck your nose in it, then you're the one to call me a liar. But every last one of you that signed up for this podcast, you've gotten that bag and said, I want this one. Yes.
Yes.
I want
this
exactly. One. Yes.
Your nose
And
knows.
definitely, even some that have been like, oh no,
Oh no,
Right.
I don't want that one.
If you
oh no,
Take
Yeah.
away the ad.
your body's just telling you what it needs. So it's like if you smell something and it's mouth watering, kind of turns you on, makes you want to like tear up a little bit, that's for you. That's your
Do a
body
happy
saying, please
dance.
give that to me. Please give that to me.
So
And if you reject it, then that's not like you're going to smoke it. It's going to give you a headache. It's not going to make you feel amazing. Like, you know, that's the way things can happen. So yeah.
big time. And it's like the patches. So we were talking about how the black pepper opens up the body for the endocannabinoid system. Well, the patches, I'm using one on my third eye position, and you can't really see it, but directly on my back of my neck, I have them, one on my neck and one on my forehead. Say I come to you and I'm using the patches on you, and you're like, no, that's not working. All right, let me pull these off, and then I'll try these here, here, and here. And you're like, no, there's not working. Like the black pepper for the endocannabinoid system, the patches actually have a protocol that it's called the gate opener.
Mm-hmm.
So that you can receive the light therapy from the patches, because you're not getting any drugs or chemicals introduced with these patches. Right. These particular patches here, I didn't even peel the whole paper off. As you can see, I still have the backing halfway on there.
Yeah.
I can apply these to clothing, to shoes. As far away as I can feel your body heat away from your body, I can get that patch to work on.
Uh-huh.
And so that bombardment of that particular light spectrum, because each one is color coded for its own spectrum, that bombardment of that particular light spectrum sends signals to the brain, and it starts to activate itself into the body that way. And when I say activate itself into the body, I don't mean introduce. No. It's simply saying, hey, and the brain is like, hey, somebody just hit us. Let's go check out that area that just got hit. Only it's just light. Mm-hmm. So when we started using it, and I was so happy you used your puppy on the picture. I believe that's MJ's puppy on the post.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. See, and these are my friends, guys. I'm telling you, I know my people. I know my people, because my dog, little Sparky, that's who came to the grow class. But anyway, no. But I was glad you used the puppy on the post, because I patched my mother-in-law's cat. On a Sunday. We were planning on taking the cat to the vet on Monday to be put down. I could give you mom's number now and ask for a picture of the cat, and she'd probably be sitting right up on mom's lap while they're watching TV, getting ready for bed.
Yeah.
That cat is kicking right now. And you talking about, so we just went to animals. I'm jumping around here. Let's go to your youngest child.
Hold on just a second, because I want to address this comment to Frank and Beans. If you got to stick your nose up in the bag, it's boof. You should smell it far before you see it. That is true. You should smell it far before you see it. But also, generally speaking, in a lot of spaces where I go into, I smell a lot of shit the minute I walk through the door, because there's a lot of shit there. So if I want to smell something specific, I am going to put my nose in it. And also, when I take it home, you know, I do have like this bag for, like, when it's full and you open it up, you can smell all the things. So I agree with you. And also is a need. And plus, why wouldn't you want to put your whole face in it? It's like a whole experience.
Listen,
stop and smell the flowers.
And I don't knock anybody. Everybody's had their own experience, so I can understand why somebody would say, no, don't stick your face in it. Yeah. So for you, I advise that you grab one of the biggest nugs out that you can find, and I call it the egg test. Everything can smell good on the outside with sprays now. But if you crack that thing open like an egg, and you get down in the center of there, and it still smells like the inside of what you opened up that bag to smell, run along and enjoy your day, good sir and ma'am.
Yeah, it also might have, like, you might smell some underlying flavors, but I have one that I got the other day, and I'm not a big fan of like real strong tangies, because I just think that it just got overplayed for me. Because every party you go to, everybody gives you a tangy for your freebie or whatever, which I appreciate freebies. I love them.
I love freebies, but Can I choose?
The tangy is getting a little played out. Plus, it's such a strong. It's so strong. It's such a strong genetic that it when you cross it, it almost overpowers just about anything you cross it with.
Every time.
So
Flavor.
that's
punch,
why. So
everything.
that's why it's kind of played out, because now you have a bunch of these different cultivars that are really like tangy dominant, and like crosses or whatever. And but I got one, and I smelled it in the jar. And it smelled good. It smelled kind of lemony, which I don't mind. Citrus, it's just like that tangy. And I got it home, and I crushed it, and I put it into a king palm holler, and oh, it's 420 on the West Coast. This is real this time. It's real. It's really happening. So light them up if you got them. But when I smoked it, that tangy came out. It was there. It was right there. It was right in there.
And it jumps right up front, first thing,
Right
real fast, quick.
Yep.
And it sits on the tip of your tongue, and it blocks almost every other flavor palette you can get to.
Yeah, it blocks So it's a hard one for me. But I also I fully agree with Frank and Beans. Like, with the exception that we have a variety that we're choosing from, and all of them have very distinct odors. And actually, so I do dispensary shop in Colorado. I don't in other places, but in Colorado I do. And I actually went and purchased some a few weeks ago, and they were showing me the different ones in the jars or whatever. And some of them didn't have any distinct, like some of them you opened it and you could it hit you in the face, exactly what we want it to do. And some of it you open it and you really did. You had to really get in there.
Really shove your face down.
I don't want that because I never, ever, ever shop. I mean, percentage matters to a certain degree, but I don't shop based on percentage. I shop based on what my nose tells me I want, what the terpene profile is, because those things in combination are what's going to be more healing.
Right.
So I just wanted to address that comment. But so the product that you're talking about now is called the LifeWave patch. And so you're saying that it just works on accumulating the light source and kind of just waking up the receptors that are necessary in your body, or the.
So your body emits light in the form of body heat, infrared light. Does it all the time, whether you're woke, sleep. And if you get into a room full of people, you can tell really fast that it's doing it, because the more people, the warmer the room
it is. Yeah.
Hi, Marion. I'm sorry, that's my girl.
Yeah,
sorry.
Go see Janet.
But as soon as you get in the room, you can feel that body heat collecting in the room.
Right.
That body heat is shining off of you like a flashlight. If you were to put an infrared camera on, I know like you were talking about with the 3 channels, you only get those few shows you get to watch. Well, one of the ones I use to get everybody to understand what I'm talking about is Cops. Every time they turn that infrared camera on, you see the entire body outline, whether it's dead of winter with coats and thermal underwear on and hoodies and hats, you still see what is the infrared body signature of the human body.
Right.
Every time. That's coming out of you now. And that's why I say these patches work on shoes, on top of clothing, over coats. And I'm not giving you hearsay.
If we can emit the body heat through those articles, then we can also
receive the reflection of the crystals inside the patches.
Right.
That's why I say no drugs or no chemicals.
There's crystals inside of the patches?
Amino acids, distilled water, sugar, and enzymes. And there are some other proprietary ingredients that they will not tell me, because they know I'll try to help business move along and produce from home. But with those ingredients, they place them on a piece of cloth. That cloth dries out and those crystals form on said cloth. And and that little white dot in there, that's actually the piece of cloth sandwiched in between 2 pieces of plastic. But on that cloth is the crystals.
Hold on a second.
Particular patches Particular patches reflect different spectrums of light back in. So each patch does its own little thing. Trying to stop shaking.
There we go. Just wanted to make your image bigger so that people could see.
So that little cloth inside there, it doesn't even come in contact with your skin because it's sandwiched in between two pieces of plastic. It's hyperallergenic like a Band-Aid, and a two-year-old can put it on. Matter of fact, if you can put a Band-Aid on, you can put a patch on.
Okay. And you said you don't have to use the whole thing.
Well, I pulled the paper off so that I can move it around to different spots on my body within the 12 hours that the company claims that it's good. But I don't throw patches away. They are not as strong as fresh out the pack, but I'll have a handful of patches. I'll stick those in a sandwich bag. And I work in a factory where I'm walking around on a concrete floor, and I got a pretty big shoe size. So that boot is really heavy. I just put that thing in my pocket. And when the other hip or lower back or the other knee or something starts hurting, I just move it around from pocket to pocket.
Interesting.
Very much so interesting. I watched my best friend, 30 plus years, missed 2 or 3 weeks of work. When he called me the night before we went to go visit the guy who showed me these. Shout out to Steve Conley, family. Love you, brother. The night before we went to go visit Steve to see about the patches, he actually called me and said, "Hey, I'm about to go to the emergency room. I know we're supposed to go see the guy tomorrow." I was like, "Go ahead and go. And if they get you better, cool. We'll just go talk to him and see what he's talking about. But if they don't fix you," and they didn't fix him. And he got in the car, and you know how when your lower back's really hurting and you got to use that armrest in the door to situate your butt in the right position?
I do.
And then every pothole feels like somebody's jumping on your shoulders?
Yeah, I know.
I watched that for a 20-minute ride. And in less than 30 minutes, I watched the man go from not being able to look at his shoes to asking me, can he smoke a cigarette in my car? And he knows that's against the rules. And I opened that sunroof with so much happiness in my heart, because this is somebody who, like I said, he missed 2 or 3 weeks of work.
Yeah.
And it took us 25 minutes to do what he spent in the emergency room and couldn't get done in hours.
Interesting.
My birthday is December 4th. On December 3rd, I bought into the company, and I spent every dime I had, and I went full-fledged. That's why you see me on Facebook.
Congratulations.
Thank you. If you could sit on this side of my Facebook page and watch me go into people's posts. Oh, my stomach hurts. My ankle hurts. I can't sleep. My daughter's in the emergency room, asthma. You cannot go on this here social media platform and complain about health and me not getting to your personal life. I'm sorry, it's just not gonna happen. Not gonna do it. Wouldn't be prudent.
I wish Dawn was here, because I feel like she has some direct experience with the patches as well.
Dawn,
the cannabis advocate. She what is her last name?
Abernathy. Yes. Shout out to Dawn.
I just see like in my face is Dawn, the cannabis advocate. I wish she was in the comment section, because I feel like didn't you say I think Marion said that she has direct experience with using those patches.
So Marion actually ran.
I mean, not that but like other people that we know. I know that you have some really good experience seeing how it changed with your mom and with your wife, and also you're using them obviously as well.
I'm actually patching a guy right now who just had a knee replacement last Tuesday, so a week ago, and he's up running around his house. I wouldn't say running; it's a little exaggeration, but he's up moving around, and his walker is already collecting dust.
Nice.
His cane only gets used when he leaves the house. He only takes his walker out of the house when he knows he's going to be gone for an extended period of time. I have another lady. I could do this all day. I have another lady, Mrs. Barbara Robinson. Oh, she calls me her doctor. And she's probably mailed patches to probably every family member she has in the state of Texas. Just because I would go by from the date of July 18th until September I think it was like September 9th. I was going to her house every Monday, only on Mondays, unless I missed Monday and then had to move to another date. But once a week, I was going to her house. And the pictures I have of the swelling, the changes in her skin, she has skin psoriasis. She had swelling. She had an open wound on her leg that was open from January until July when we met. Once we started patching, that wound started closing.
Oh, man.
Okay.
Oh, I shouldn't be advertising for. I was advertising for a drink coming.
So I mean, so it's not limited to pain or so the different capabilities of the patches, so there's a broad range of is what I'm
because it sounds like
hearing.
it's a cellular opening, right? It's like opening up your receptors and cells to receive what they need.
So I love how you said that, what they need. Yes. X49 on my forehead, X39 on my neck.
What does that mean?
Those are actually the names of those two patches. One is the X39, one is the X49.
Mm-hmm.
Those are 2 of 12 different patches. And the reason I called those 2 out is because I personally call them the diagnostic patches. Yes, they are available in Florida. The website is lifewave.com/main ingredient, all one word. And then if not, our lovely host can get you in contact with me. But yes, we ship into I want to say it's over 100 countries actually. And they're safe for children, grandparents, and pets. But I lost my track. I get so excited. I'm sorry. When patching, to use one of the diagnostic patches that I like to call it. My knee hurts. MJ's lower back is hurting. Your elbow, and let's throw my wife in it because she's over here moving around and caught my attention and she's pretty to me. Let's say she's having a mental day where she's not feeling as strong mentally. Mm-hmm. We can take this one patch and pass it around and spend 20 minutes each with it. And that would be enough gas in the car for us to make it to the gas station and try to fill up. We could ease the pain in her lower back, ease the pain in your elbow, ease the pain in me, and then give her some kind of fighting chance with her mental clarity to think of things to boost her up. Because you can think yourself happy. Most people just don't have the courage to. And earlier we were talking about blocking. I was going to say one of the things I like to say is, and it's kind of crazy because I just got done eating a cookie, but part of the reason that we need the patches is because we stopped our bodies from communicating with our minds and vice versa. When we pull up to that drive-thru and we eating all that junk food, when we pull up, what? Come on, Farrah, don't wave your hand at me.
It's true, though. No, I'm listening
to you.
You
get to that drive-thru and you're in there. For me, it's the candy aisle. My lovely wife, she knows that I have an addiction to peanut butter M&Ms, so she kind of watches me and maintains a pace on me because otherwise I'm just, what's there to understand to say on Kings of Comedy? It's a cold-ass wedge. Anyway, yes, that's the website. But when you pile all that sugar and all that junk food up, you're interfering with your receptors. Sugar is more addictive than cocaine.
It is.
You will not argue with me on that. I will fight you on every hill and you will lose. I promise you. There is nothing worse because they introduce it to you in baby formula.
Everything. It's in everything.
And
everything except Queen Kitty Seltzer. Pop this kitty, put it in your mouth.
The other
no
place
sugar, no sweeteners.
Lifewave. Do not have it in Lifewave patches. Look at that. That's great advertisement right there. Come on, let's go to. But that introduction into the body and then the amounts. The reason they put that on the side of that label is because a conscious mind of a conscious health, you would look at that and say, oh, I've had this much today, so this I can't have right now.
Mhm.
What do? Blow right on past the
Yeah.
warning signs and go right to diabetes, obesity,
Mhm.
knee pains and swellings and
High cholesterol.
autoimmune disease. I was watching a video the other day and they said diabetes, let's call it what it really is, a food disorder.
It is. It's a food disorder. It really is. If you have, it's type 2 diabetes. If you have type 2 diabetes, unfortunately, that's a food addiction that's coming from those spaces. And you do not have to be overweight to have type 2 diabetes. I just want to be very clear on that. You could just have a shit diet. You could just have a shit diet.
Yeah.
I get a lot of shit around here anytime I eat a piece of candy. I swear to God.
And if you have diabetes, search LifeWave. And the reason I say that is because I know another young lady who I've been patching here in St. Louis, Miss Octavia. But I've been patching her. She's not as bad as some of the other people I know, but still hit me up or hit LifeWave up and check it out. But you can actually patch for your blood sugar with these.
Yeah.
And the patching protocols do not call for only high or only low. There is a information booklet. I'm sorry, I'm in the middle of talking, but I do not like people to have to wait for answers. So I'll try to answer y'all questions as we go.
This too.
They send an information booklet that'll show you some of the best resulted places that they have gotten results out of, but literally put them where the pain is. Let's go back to what MJ said. They're just pain, or are they more? If you are an athlete and it doesn't hurt, but you want to make sure it doesn't start, use a patch. If you are a jogger and you don't have the jogging pains, use a patch. There's an energy enhancer. I actually gave a friend a sample of these, and she came back and told me she literally felt herself while on the run, knowing she wasn't tired. She got home, cleaned up, and we cooked dinner. She usually has to force herself to do those. So she took the patches off and gave them to her mom, never saw the patches again. So it's for the healthy, it's for the sick.
They're reusable, or can you like clean them off and reuse them?
I would say no.
Okay.
And yes.
Okay.
Don't try to clean them off. But like I said, I use a bag with old patches in it. And literally all I do is just grab a handful of old patches that I've used, stuff them in there. I don't worry about what the names of them are, what they're for. All I know is combine together an old used patch mixed with a bunch of his friends, give me some kind of relief, and I'll carry that thing around. Yes, I might start hurting again tomorrow, but my fault for not using fresh patches on a regular basis is what I say.
Well, I mean, I think you just said that, you're not saying that you're curing anything, but we're trying to open up our body to receive what it needs to receive. And if you're taking medications that are blocking that, if you have a mindset that's blocking that, your mind is super powerful.
Very.
So believing that the things that you're doing for your body work is kind of part of the process. I feel like cannabis works that way too. A lot of people say, cannabis doesn't work for me, right? But like if you might have blockage of your receptors, which is why it's not working. It could be a deficiency of endocannabinoid receptors, or it could really literally be your mind is the thing that's blocking it. Your brain not accepting the fact that this could really work for you.
Yeah. Your brain could block it. Your dedication could block it.
Right.
And I see you, Mr. Bobby. I'm not ignoring you. I know I said I want to answer questions as fast as possible.
No, I just put it up there so we can get it.
Yeah, it's just we'll get to it when we do.
But
he'll hang in.
I have dealt with people who have the instant that my hand, with a patch in my hand, when I go to, let me see, just imagine this is a patch. The minute that I make contact with their body, they jerk and say, oh my God, I felt that energy. And I'm like, I don't doubt it. I'm not calling you a liar.
Right.
And I get a lot of people, I know you think I'm just saying that because, and I'm like, no, I don't, because I use the patches.
Right.
And when I put the ice wave on, acts like an ice pack. When I put that ice wave on, I can feel the temperature of that area start to drop and cool off.
Oh, I bet that's so nice.
It is a sensation that blows your mind because you are literally looking down for an ice pack on there. Mr. Bobby, the patches last fresh out of the pack for 12 to 24 hours. After that, me personally, I use them in conjunction with other old patches for up to about a week, trying to get some good use out of it. But I don't guarantee anything past the 24 hours, just because if you're dealing with something serious, you might need that constant straw, which is also why I say don't throw them away, because in between sessions with fresh patches, you can use the old ones to prolong the use. And the patches actually come in packs of 30. And then there are a few of them that have a tan and white patch. So it's a polarized system with it, where it comes to that, a negative and a positive charge. How many know we have an electrical current traveling across our skin? Well, these patches here, tan goes on the left side of your body, white goes on the right side of your body. That doesn't mean you can't use them both on one side of the body.
Right.
It's just saying that if you're using them for general use, what I do is I go to the lower back, just above the waistline, or what I call the underwear line. And the reason I do that is because the sitting and standing, you know, that clothing moves around. So I don't want to bump and start scraping it off.
Right.
But literally, I split the spine just like I split my nose. I don't go all wide or anything like that unless the pain is out there. I'll literally just go on either side of my spine and walk off. You're talking sciatica curing. You're talking knee pain helping. I said curing. I didn't mean to say that. Helping with symptoms of that pain.
Relief.
You're talking foot pain. Some of my neuropathy patients have used these for that purpose. It just depends. But again, we're back to the what the body needs part of it that we were talking earlier.
Yeah.
You could use these for swelling. I could use these for a migraine headache.
Right. You can ask as many questions as you'd like, Lil Bobby Customs.
Oh, please don't. Hey, listen.
Yeah, don't apologize for that. We
oh man, you probably getting more information for the people who don't want to speak or are scared to stop me from talking because I keep spitting out so much. I get excited and I ramble, so just jump right in there and tell me to be quiet.
No, you're fine. So yeah, you're good. This is it's very interesting. I've been very curious about them. I'm one of those people, like, I don't feel like I could be hypnotized, for example, because I'm super guarded. I have a whole thing. We've talked about this on the show before, where I just don't want to look like real stupid and not be in control of that. Right. So I always want to try it. So I definitely okay, I'm going to put this up in a second, but I definitely want to try these because I'm a middle-aged woman. I'm going through the perimenopausal phase of my life. So I imagine they would be helpful in that. And then, you know, of course, just aches and pains that we get as we get older. There's nothing you can do to stop it. You could work out every day. And your body is a machine. Okay. It's also a plant, but it's a machine plant. Just stay with me on this. But literally, like, when you're talking about electrical currents, that's your heart beating through your body. Like, you are a machine, and machines break down. Machines wear out. Machines, you know, need repairs. So, if these
lubrication.
Lubrication.
Yeah, definitely vacation. Listen.
Anyways, I went in a completely different direction when you said that. So, next question: are there blankets sized patches. Can we just wrap it
Wrap
around your
ourselves.
body like a little security
Burrito.
blanket?
So Bobby, here's my suggestion for that. Instead of patching body, patch a shirt, patch a towel, patch something that can move around. And because you're going to get, so where this patch is placed on my forehead, my tired feet are still getting the benefit of it. It's just taking a minute to work down my body because it has to go through all the aches and pains before my feet.
Well, your body's, everything's connected.
But should I put this patch here and everything up top starts feeling better? Now I have to peel this thing off. Or like what I did, left half the paper on there, but still it doesn't stick as well. Now I get to peel the other half of the paper and move it somewhere else.
Right.
But after that, what do I do? So what I do is I take medical tape and I just move that thing around my body.
See? There you go. Just
Okay.
move it around every
Little
so
tricks.
often.
Yeah.
You put LOL. No joke here, buddy. Because there's a patching protocol. I try not to get into everybody's wallet. So I wait for you to initiate the cost conversation if it's a one-on-one conversation. But here it is real quick. X39, X49, the two of these packs, $150, $150 for one or the other. That's 30 patches. That's a cup of coffee for 30 days. But the benefits that you receive, just the diagnostic, I won't even get into every other patch. I'm gonna pull a couple more out because there are a couple that I stand firmly behind. But just to use these two, the reason I call them diagnostic patches is because by word from the inventor's mouth himself, they do a little bit of every other patch there is. They help to balance your appetite.
Right.
They help to get you that better sleep. They help to focus your energy during the day. They help to get your mental focus during the day. And they help rejuvenate your stem cells so that your skin starts doing that thing that you want it to do. And you can walk outside and say, yeah, you know what I'm saying? So,
Yes, I do.
and that's just the diagnostic patch. And then I said I will pull out a couple more. If this isn't my number one, it's definitely my number two. It's pronounced glutathione. Glutathione. It's an element that we already have in our immune system. So remember, we don't introduce anything to the body. This patch simply tells the body, hey, your immune system, can we bump that up a little bit? And your body is like, I think we can. So you're up 300% on your glutathione in your body. Just start putting one of these patches on.
Okay, here's another one.
Go ahead.
What would you recommend for pain and mental health?
The X39. If you're going to do multiple patches, the X39 and the glutathione. A big chunk of pain is blockage. A bunch of blockages from toxins in the body. The glutathione will help remove that without you having to set up camp by the bathroom or having to drink some funky feet tasting tea. And I'm not saying all detox teas taste like funky feet, but the one that my wife found for me did. I don't know if it was a get back or anything. I'm not saying anything, but you don't have to do anything crazy. It's literally take this sticker. Let's go to our lovely host earlier. She had that cough going on, and we all know why. It's not COVID. She doesn't have allergies right now. It was because of the smoke. But because of this patch, the glutathione, I could calm your cough down in seconds.
I've needed that last week. And
yeah, no, she really did not have COVID, but she had like some kind of flu thing.
The soft spot at the base of your throat, close to your thyroid, I put a patch right there and that cough will start dissipating in no time. Did I say that right?
Yeah.
Just drop it down, lessening. Yeah, let's go with that. It sounds like I know what I'm talking about now.
This wouldn't be zero, it'd be nil, it'd be gone because I'm at that point where it's like,
But also, and I'm still talking a little, Bobby, here about the mental health. They actually have one for depression, anxiety. It's called the Nirvana.
Now you're talking to me.
Now, see, I didn't want to get in, like, this is what I do. What I do and don't do. So these, like I told you guys, these are really my friends on Facebook. I want to be friends with them in Colorado because I need to travel and smoke, but never mind any of that. But these are my friends. So
but yeah, no, we've met in real life.
And I see some of the posts that they make. And so some of the issues that they have, I don't know, like when you're a privileged male who jumps on people's page and starts getting all tough guy and all of that and think you can do all of that and talk crazy. And I'm talking in code here because I don't want this page banned. But mister, if you on here, come to St. Louis and get some barbecue. That's all I'm telling you. Excuse me.
Look, you've been invited to the barbecue.
Yeah, you don't get invited. You just might not get excited. But when you were going through that, I didn't want to impose. That's why I started reaching out to you in the inbox. Are you okay? Everything cool? But that was my introduction for you to say, do you have something for? Because people's health is a very private place.
Right.
But God has blessed me with an eye to see your problems with you just walking past me in the store.
Yeah.
It's creepy almost because I'm running up to strangers. It's to the point now that when I'm with my wife, I'm like, baby, go talk to that lady right there. Tell her you want to help her with her lamp. And then my wife will figure out the words to use to tell her, and she'll look up and say, my husband over here, he noticed it and he wants to help you. And the lady will look up at her and be like, how'd you notice that? And she'll come over and she'll ask, and would you listen? I'm walking around and I can see discomfort through a million people in that one person.
Right.
Just because I know what I have at my fingertips. And if you stand right here, I'll run to the car and get you a sample if I don't already have the book bag on my shoulder.
Right.
So that's where we are with that. And I love it. I mean, it's crazy to me because even people with pets, I went to a networking event. And while I was introducing myself for the first time, there was a lady sitting there with a dog. And I looked over and saw the dog and started talking about me patching my sister's cane corso, 180-pound dog. And she looks over at her husband and he stood up. She's got arthritis. What can you do? Instantly pulled a patch out and went and patched the dog. But now all the skeptics are watching the dogs.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we love the dogs. We love the pets.
Got to.
So you guys can find Randy on Facebook under Main Ingredient and also on Instagram M Ingredient St. Louis or STL. It's STL, but you know where you guys know what I'm talking about. And you could also go to lifewave.com/main ingredient if you're interested in giving Lifewave a shot. It sounds really interesting to me. And we've talked about this a million times before. So yeah, I hope that if you do order it, we would love to hear how you enjoy them. I'm always like you got all of your testimonials. I'm always like sit back and see how other people are. Like, I'm not the first in line.
Yeah,
ever.
yeah, I get it.
Like ever. Almost never. Is it candy? Then I'll be first in line. Like, otherwise, no.
And if you want, you can put my phone number up there as well.
We won't be doing that, but we'll just have them go to the website. Because sometimes, trolls come through.
Yeah.
And use social media in the wrong way.
Yeah. Now, if you do have any questions, and if you're going to send me any friend requests, so this is something I wish I could put on my page and just pin to the top. I haven't learned how to do that pinning thing. But I would like if you're going to send me a friend request on Facebook, please inbox me a message and let me know that you're there. Because just because we have 150,000 mutual friends does not mean the door opens.
Right. I agree with that. And who are those friends that we have in common?
Yeah. And
that's always my question. I see, because I get a lot of friend requests from the Lou, and I look at the list of people they're already friends with. Like, who's tolerating you right now?
That part.
Yeah.
That part.
Yeah.
And if I go through your friends list and they aren't tagging you or you aren't tagging them, is it really a friend?
Yeah,
You know
do
what I'm
you
saying?
really
It's
know each
like,
other? Yeah, like how many people do you really know?
yeah,
Well, I'm super cautious with any new friends now too, because we had that situation where that
yes,
grown ass person was
mhm,
creating fake
yeah.
accounts and burner
Mr.
accounts.
Invited to the
And
barbecue.
so like, yeah.
Also invited.
I want to say that I believe in the power of freezing a person's ability to interact with you.
Yeah,
Because we both did that little witchcraft. And I put all kinds of like cayenne pepper and all kinds of different spices in my little ice ball. And
mhm,
I wrote their name, and then I wrote my name over it, and then I wrote their name, and then I wrote our company name over it as well. And I put that in there.
yeah.
And we did have an experience where they like came into our space, did not speak a word, and turned around and walked back out.
It's too hot on their tongue.
They couldn't. It
Yeah,
was,
They were frozen. Yeah, we froze them
yeah.
out. Like,
that's how you do it.
lock 'em.
You can believe it or you cannot believe it, but I saw it fucking happen. So
Hey, listen,
that's where I like. I'm not
There
a
was
big.
no, yeah, there was
Yeah,
no confrontation. There was nothing. He could not, yep,
it's
couldn't
really
say
hard.
anything.
It's really hard because I grew up, especially when I was in high school and like during a cynical time in my life.
yeah,
I grew up in this space where like church was the thing. And so I don't usually believe things on faith. I believe things on, did it work? I see it? Did it happen?
yeah.
And so that's, like there are very few things I take on faith. And it's just, yeah, it's just the way I live my life. So I have to like see it and try it or whatever. I
Mhm.
think it's just partly because I grew up in churches that were like really just insanely over the top. And also you would see the same people never practicing what they preached.
That part.
So
That's like I have a handful of people that the faith that I have in these patches is so serious. They are Facebook friends now just because of a post they made, and I sent free patches to them.
nice.
Sample pack.
Believe
One
in
thing,
it.
Samuel Johnson, and literally he did a review and it was beautiful. So yeah, I'm receptive. I am receptive.
I
But
believe
you're good
that
energy
you
and
believe in
positive
it
vibes.
because you put your life savings into it.
Yeah,
That's why I believe that you believe in it.
yeah, yeah.
But also believing in your product means that, hey, you could try it and see if you like it. Like, So, but we always do a would you rather at the end. We are getting to a point where we want to start like wrapping the show up a little bit.
Okay.
I do want to remind everybody that this show is brought to you by CQ LLC. CQ LLC is a cannabis compliance and education company. We are certified to teach responsible vendor training in the state of Colorado by the state of Colorado. If you're interested in such training, customer service, cqllc@gmail.com, 970-426-5985, or you can hit up our website, www.cq-llc.com. We are partnered with Greenflower Media to provide online courses, and we are currently working on an event that will include hiring managers and other sponsors and training. So stay tuned on that. This show is also, as always, brought to you by Queen Kitty Seltzer. Queen Kitty Seltzer, pop this kitty, put it in your mouth. No sugar, no additives, no sweeteners. We have Nearly Naked, we have Lemon Kiss, and we also have Bubblegum Burst in our line of low-dose CBD seltzers. It's 10 milligrams of CBD. We use botanical terpenes to create the flavors. There's absolutely no yak in the back. These taste like water, bubbly water. The bubbles are perfect. It's an amazing drink. You can order it on queenkittyseltzer.com or check out solo.to/queenkittyseltzer, and you can check out all of our social media and places where you can contact us. And if you guys did not know, we have several platforms that we're on. Solo.to/cannabiscloset420 will take you to all of those platforms, and it will take you to Queen Kitty platforms. You can send us an email, cannabiscloset420@gmail. Come hang out at our Discord. You can catch us later on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or in most places where you get your podcasts. And you can check out our live platforms as well, which include Facebook Live, Twitch, and YouTube. We also have an Instagram page and a TikTok if you want to go check those out. Give us a follow, give us a like, tell your friends about it, share us. And like I said, come hang out with us in the Discord. We have a good time in there. From time to time, we hang out. We have a good time. So, we have an upcoming event.
Yeah.
Yeah, upcoming event. So Queen Kitty is going to be at the Marijuana Mansion all week this week from tomorrow through Saturday. We're going to be there. I think tomorrow it kicks off at 4:20, but otherwise I believe it's 6 to 9. It's like an after party to a web conference. So if you're into NFTs or any kind of crypto technological stuff, this is the conference you might want to go to. You can check out tickets for the after party. We've listed links on our page. So we're going to be at that event, and I believe we're going to just do a news day on you might have noticed this show is a little long today. I think we're going to do a news day on Wednesday so that we can still record, but also we'll be at I'll be at the Marijuana Mansion, and we'll catch up on some news. So that's what we're going to do on Wednesday. Join us there, 4:20 Mountain Standard Time, as always. And would you rather? Dun, 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 dun.
I do have an event coming up as well.
Ooh,
You have an event coming up. Yeah. Let's get your events in. Thank you for saying that.
April 1st, Saturday, 1 to 3:30 in Alton, Illinois. We'll be having our first patch party. We'll be bringing some of our testimonials in, and then we'll bring in some new folks new to the game, some chiropractors. We're looking to bring in anyone dealing in the medical world to get them to be educated more so about what the patches do and how they work. But April 1st, 1 p.m. to 3:30 p.m.
Let us know when you have that flyer put together, and we'll share it on the shows in the future before April.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course.
All right.
That way it'll have all the information on it as well.
Yes,
So,
ma'am.
do we have any other things, MJ?
Not that I can think of at this time.
Cool. All right. My birthday's coming up. It's Pisces season. So listen.
Turned up.
Hello. I'm all 12 zodiac signs, just so y'all know.
Just so you know.
All of them. I'm all of them.
Hey, Poochie.
Okay, so we got 3 would you rathers today, and some of them are scary. One of them is kind of scary.
Uh-oh.
One of them could be life-changing, and one of them is just kind of silly.
Okay.
So, guest choice, where do you want to start? You want to start with silly, scary, or life-changing?
Let's go with silly first.
Okay, silly. Would you rather have to battle 1 bear-sized duck or 10 duck-sized bears?
I'm definitely fighting the duck-sized bears.
Well, we're gonna get it on with them cute little ducky-sized bears.
I'm just saying, I don't want nothing that big quacking at me.
Little ankle biters.
Same.
Absolutely.
Same. That's exactly. Yep.
Yeah, no, ducks are ferocious.
Yeah, they are very aggressive.
They're super, and if you made one the size of a bear,
oh man, that beak is gonna tear somebody up.
That's gonna be
then you piss it off. You gotta like take it on.
Oh, that wind. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So when I was a kid, I used to live in Newport News, Virginia.
Okay.
And we lived on like a corner of a street. So so you would come into the neighborhood, and there was like a pond on the other street of duck-sized bears. Exactly. On the parallel street there was, or the cross street or whatever, there was like a pond over there.
Okay.
And there was this goose. It was a goose that would take up residence under a bush right by our front door.
Oh,
every summer, every summer.
Oh,
And she would lay her eggs there. She didn't bother none of us except my stepdad.
yeah.
She would chase him to his car. He could not mow the lawn. She would be all over him. She would attack him regularly.
Wow.
Like regularly. But they're ferocious. They are mean creatures.
Yeah.
These birds. So yeah, we want.
Yeah.
I mean, bears are also ferocious.
Let's keep
But
that.
they would be so cute in little duck size.
I'm
and
taking
easier
little kitty
to
Ruxpin and
defend.
I'm turning across the room.
Flick them across the room. All right. What's next? What's the next one, MJ? Do you want life-changing or scary?
Let's do life-changing.
Life-changing. Okay. Would you rather be able to take back anything that you've ever said, like take it back, it's forgotten, nobody remembers that you said it, or listen in on every conversation that's about you?
Take back. I don't care what they said. I'd rather take back words that I've said than that.
That might hurt somebody.
Yeah. Yeah. Because what's your perception of me is none of my business. Have fun with that. You should have sat down and talked to me. You really should have said. After watching this interview, I'm a little lucid, but I'm okay. I'm not gonna flip out like everybody thought I was gonna do. Yeah, I don't really personally try to pay attention to the words that are coming out of other people's mouths about me.
Mm-hmm.
Rather watch the words that come out of my mouth about people.
That's a very that's a very good perspective to have on that. Take back words.
Yeah.
Everybody said take back words. I am torn. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. There's the empath in me wants to take back things that I say that might hurt people that I love, or even people that I'm not super fond of. Like, I don't want to be a mean person. I don't want to be perceived as that, but also.
Oh no, to them people I meant it.
But also
but also I don't have to take back the words, right? Like
no, you don't have to. You just can if you want to. But also, I'm nosy as fuck. I have a lot more in my brain. People tell me shit. I know a lot of things in my brain, and also there's the empath part of me that wants to just be a wonderful and kind person, but then there's a part of me that would weaponize that second gift. I would weaponize it. I'd be like, oh, okay, now I know how people actually like what you I see. I mean, I'm already very intuitive, so I already see it. I think it would just reinforce what I already can see. If I knew exactly what people were saying about me and it reinforced what I already thought about them, unstoppable.
See, and that's
unstoppable. Fucking unstoppable.
That's why I say your perception is none of my business, because, and I read that somewhere, but it resonated so hard in me, because you could never judge me as hard as I judge myself. And it took my wife to tell me that. While I used to worry about what people said, it was the things that I said and forgot about myself that she reminded me of.
Yeah.
Showed me. Nobody in this world. I mean, you are never going to get inside this vault I call a brain. And
I don't think
I'm beaten that I give myself.
Right. I'm not concerned about what people say about me. I'm just nosy. I'm just nosy.
Oh, for nosy purposes.
I know everything. I know things about people that I should not know, and it's all in here. It's all in a vault, you know. Mm-hmm. And people just tell me shit. I know shit.
That's how I am.
So I would just be like
the whole story. Sometimes I'm like, I can never unthink that. Thank you.
Yes. And so sometimes I think I would just be like, I see you.
Wait, she breathed into this camera and see it.
Yeah.
You.
Just because, because like I pretty much I make ask well, you could ask MJ, but I also have another friend that sometimes asks me about, well, used to, doesn't anymore, but asked me about like, should I hire this person that was like somebody that we kind of both socially knew online or whatever. And I'd be like, I mean, I wouldn't, but there's nothing wrong with their like resume or nothing like that. It's just like, I wouldn't. And then I turn out to be right. It turns out I'm right. They last less than a month or you know, whatever, couple months. And then they're like a nightmare or a no-show or something like that. And I'm just like, I just knew that's what was going to happen.
Yeah.
Sometimes I will be watching Dateline and I'll look at a person that they say did this horrible crime. And I'll just, Megan's been in the room when I've done it. Look at his face. What do you mean you trusted him? What? Look at his face.
I'm not going for it.
Not a face
but
you
no,
can trust.
I have said some things maybe in my past that I said in anger that I would love to take back. So I think I would definitely take back. But it would be interesting to like hear the real words of people when you're not in the room.
Yeah.
It would be real interesting for me. To be a fly on the wall would also be an excellent gift.
But would you confront? Would you fight?
No,
like,
I'd weaponize it.
I'd
weaponize it
on them, like, acknowledge that they think it, like.
Never. I would never let anybody know that I knew what they actually thought of me.
That's the one thing. If I didn't have a choice, if I had to know everything, I would definitely. It would be some works in the shadows of me making it work to my benefit. But
exactly. I already know you think this about me, so how do I make it work for me?
Yeah, at 6 o'clock, we're going to take his wallet. Fine, I'll take all the money out of my wallet and put some middle finger pictures in there and a couple of nudie pics of some old lady out of a, you getting all of that. But
yeah, no, I would just use it in all of my relationships. I would weaponize it. I would not in my, like, if you're genuine to me, I'm going to be genuine to you. But like, if I came across and like a
things, then you tell me you feel this way, but you're doing it this way. Oh man, you going to the restaurant 7 times to get my food right just because you tell me you love me.
I would so fuck with you. Oh
my goodness. You know what? This ain't the right color nail polish. I need $5. Can I go back? You gonna pay in nickels and dimes.
I mean,
years. I'm not this mean, guys. You can call me for health questions.
He's not this mean. This was a hypothetical. Okay, we got one more. Would you rather? And before we wrap it all up, don't we? Yeah. The scary one. Would you rather swim with eels or sleep in a bat-filled cave?
Bat-filled cave.
Cave. Not eels. Nope. Not swimming. Nope.
Bat-filled cave, and it's because the eels will swim when they want to. The bats are going to fly when they want to. But if I lay still and stay still enough, maybe they just might get hungry for the bugs instead of investigating this big object that they picking up on sonar.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
Most bats are, I mean, well, I guess we would have to say like carnivore or omnivore bats, because I think a lot of bats are kind of,
if there's an open blood source, they will check it out. They're kind of like sharks.
There are fruit bats too, so maybe you get lucky and the cave is filled with vegetarian bats.
Now, the downside to land in said cave.
Shit.
Guano.
Yeah. I still nope. The eels play to the water phobia I have, and nope.
And they are electric. Boogie woogie woogie.
Oh, no. Definitely no, because
they can.
These things are. Oh man, they could mess you
up.
Those
are water snakes, bro.
Mess you up. Like you talk about temporary paralysis with them electric eels.
Yeah, I'm going bats. I'm going bats.
You
I
know
don't
what?
want to swim. I don't want to swim with very many sea creatures. I do want to,
No.
if anybody wants to donate to the cause, you're welcome to do this. I do want to go tuna fishing. I want to go fishing for bluefin tuna.
Some tuna?
Bluefin tuna specifically, because those are the big ones.
Oh yeah.
Um but I don't want to swim with them.
No.
I'll leave you to do that. Carrie will do that with you. I know Carrie would do that with you.
They're fucking, I want to do it so bad. She's
We
invited.
used to tarpon fish, but she loves to fish.
I haven't been a fish. I haven't done any fishing since I was a young girl. Since I was a young girl, but then I watched many seasons of Wicked Tuna, and I really want to charter a boat and go catch some fish, like some big fish, like a swordfish and like a bluefin tuna, which is much bigger than a yellowfin tuna, and much more expensive also. And also, but they also have to, like, they have quotas and stuff, because since like the 50s they've been having quotas, because they will be fished out of existence if you don't put a quota on the fishermen of bluefin tuna. So
going to the genetic conversation, but hey, day another dime.
Yeah. So anyways, that's my fantasy. I don't know what's going on with MJ's screen right now.
Camera's tired.
It's tired. It's okay. I would much rather sleep in a bat-filled cave though.
Yeah.
So final thoughts are, go check out lifewave.com/main ingredient.
Please.
Go check that out. Check out those patches. This is not the one I wanted to put up, this one with our logo. And if you're interested and have any more questions for him, it's Main Ingredient on his social media, or Main Ingredient STL on his Instagram. He asks that you send him a little heads up or whatever. Maybe you just have a question, so maybe you just reach out to him through the website also. So any final thoughts from you, MJ?
Nope. Other than our, no.
And what about
This
you,
was a great
Randy? Any final thoughts?
Do yourself a favor and figure out what's the best way to take care of yourself without having to do it with drugs and chemicals, and then move forward. Exercise and movement is the best thing for the body, next to hydration. After that,
with water. Hydrate with water, you guys.
Not water surrounded by whiskey frozen. Definitely
like water.
Water. Yeah.
Water. Lifewave.com/main ingredient is where you can find him. Solo.to/cannabis closet 420 is where you can find all of our stuff. Make sure you like, share, follow, subscribe where you can. You guys, as always, be nice to yourself. Put your mask on before assisting others. You cannot pour from an empty cup. It's very difficult. It's just little drops.
Yes, cultivate love. Bring it to you. You deserve it.
You deserve it. And as always, stay lifted, stay gifted.
Stay
I wasn't ready. Hold on, I wasn't ready. Woo, woo, woo. Check us out on Tuesday, where we're going to be live from the Marijuana Mansion at 4:20 Mountain Standard Time, hanging out with some tech geeks. I'm excited.
Right.
Tech geeks. My favorite genre is just going to be a bunch of men. Yay. Just joking. Come hang out, get some CBD seltzer. We're going to be there. We're going to have a table, and I'll be recording from there on Wednesday. So come hang out with us. As we said, stay lifted, stay gifted, and we will see you. I just became follower number 387 on your Instagram, Randy.
Yeah.
Little Bobby Customs.
That's dope.
Yeah.
No, come to the barbecue.
Go check out Main Ingredient. Check out LifeWave patches if you're interested. Go check out that website, and we will see you on Wednesday. We love you guys, and come hang out on Discord if you want to. We'll be hanging out there later.
Thank you, ladies.